Seems like my childhood has flown right by. My mommy walks out and I had nowhere to cry. I had to stay strong so my spirit wouldn't die. I pushed to move forward, but I'm stuck in my past. Tell me, what's a girl to do? Forget about it through and through. That's not something I can do. What's done is done. Ain't that the truth? I once knew a house called safe, something that can serve as an escape from trembling explosions and dying commotions. The life has nothing to expect but horrifically reject. Endless chase and run, a loud shot of a gun. I close my eyes and listen carefully. Soldiers, countrymen, cold bodies in deserted places. Pitiful cries that I hear, groaning like animals in pain and tears. Miserable souls, hopeless and shattered.
Mamatay ka na, Makoy! Mamatay ka! Pinatay mo ang asawa ko! Mamatay ka! Walang iya ka!
The sun can't stand this darkness. Feel deceit of every kind, false hope in every mind. The powerful stares down from up high, closest to the light, while the weak mourns to death in the never-ending night. In my house they arrive by 1 or 2 by midnight. In the door they knock. I don't even know if I could recognize one. They come in, suddenly they're gone. There are too many names, too many faces, and they all look the same. Too tall, too old, too serious, too many. Networks of spies and informants line the streets. Soldiers in blue enforce their rules and laws with fear and brutality. Roads filled with blood. Sympathy is even hard to have. An arrest and kill is a norm for those savages. No one can stand them. No one can stop them. The masses of sheep became raped so many times in the mind. They were left submissive and uncaring, believing whatever they were told. The apex came out to prey, battering everyone, mere young and old, taking special delight in preying on the nonconformers, those who dared to question, who dared to challenge what society deems right and true, defying everything that it stands for. Those who cannot be dissolved into the sea of humanity, the deviants and the outcasts, will be formally invited to the firing squads and the starvation camps by the bullies in uniform, where they will spend the rest of their lives in the dark, with pain and hunger, constantly violating their flesh, skeletons of their former selves. Souls consumed by the cold silent void, forgotten by the rest of humanity. Their hands grope for the light that they have lost. I should have known there should be nothing to fear. If life was peaceful and had no war, there would be no guns and no tears that pour. But we all make mistakes. They aren't that hard to make. Being scared and feeling unprepared is a nasty feeling that just isn't spared. Now, take it from me, things should be free, free to do what people see. It would make life seem like a convenience store, or even better, put a candy store, with all the candy to choose, but never the satisfaction that we look for. There are always people who are greedy, some people can even be needy, but we can all make a difference and change other people's preferences. We can all stop the small things that we don't want from happening by stopping that swing from colliding and bandaging up that scrape and making sure it doesn't turn into a scar. Even though things may seem so far, they are very near. It doesn't matter who we are or what we look like, but it depends who you hold dear. I also never would want all the tears I have cried leak from my tired and lifeless eyes. My own beloved left me dreadful and hanging up. I dreamed of a war, of bloody moons and dark horrendous skies in this violent and ruthless life. My shut eyes were then beginning to open, clueless mind that have been enlightened. The truth hurt me, put me to tears and pain in the ears. When you learned them, a big slap in the face. so embarrassing and derby filled with disgrace. I grew in the same old house. Walls are polished, furniture changed, same old empty feeling in my heart. Strangers may continue to knock, some I remember, some I do not. One had asked me where my father was. My answer would be, here he was not. In his face, a trace of sadness. A place to stay, he looks in need, but trust in others I no longer have. For though I remember, but care I do not. So the door in the safe house I shall shut.